Welcome to the Give IE podcast. I have a very special guest with me today. Shari Fleischman is here with me, and I got to know Shari recently, and it was definitely a blessing because she does amazing things within the community and has for years now, and specifically those with dementia. So, welcome, Shari.
Thank you.
Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Thank you. As Josh said, my name is Shari Fleischman. I came to the city of Riverside in 2014 and wanted very much to be better connected to my community from past experience of commuting and not knowing where I lived. So I applied to become a city commissioner, and you have to be appointed by both the mayor and city council, of which I was back in 2014 when I first came here. And I served 6 years for the Commission on Aging. After 2 years of being on the commission, I was nominated to be chair for the commission. So I spent 4 of those 6 years as chair for the commission. And then COVID hit and everything was sadly disbanded, so I retired my position at that time. While I was city commissioner, we had a resident come to a commission meeting to share his story of how his wife passed away from Alzheimer's disease at the age of 59. And it struck a chord with me, not just listening to his story, but his wife was still very young and not far from the age that I was at that time. And so I sat with the resident and listened to him tell me the difficulties that he went through, the stress of not finding the help that he really needed for his wife. He wasn't thinking of himself, who we now know as a caregiver is sometimes more devastating than that of the individual they're taking care of. And we lose more caregivers than sometimes the individuals. Sometimes the caregivers pass away from something, usually the stress and their own health related issues, and they disappear before the ones that they're caring for. He was a very sad, broken individual at that time, and I cried with him. I was very taken by his story and felt that I had a responsibility to find some answers to the questions that he posed to me at that time, especially now that I was sitting on the Commission for Aging. So what I did is I worked with Mayor Rusty Bailey at the time, and the resident suggested we become a purple city, and that meant drawing up a proposal or a proclamation to the city to adopt this idea. The idea of a purple city is to be a dementia-friendly city, an environment where people with some kind of cognitive decline can feel comfortable living in our community. So we did just that, and City Council, the mayor and the City Council, took that proposal at heart and signed and adopted the idea of being a purple city. And Riverside is still considered a purple city, which is really awesome. And every winter in November, the month of November is Alzheimer's Awareness Month. And he would, Rusty Bailey, our past mayor, he would illuminate the top floor where the mayor's office is, the 7th floor of City Hall, in purple lights for the whole month of November, which was such a wonderful message, not from him to me, but from him also to the community, to let the community know that we recognize dementia, we recognize Alzheimer's disease, we recognize you as our community member. And I felt very honored by that. Since then, I also created a task force of professionals. We called it the Purple Cities Task Force. We met once a month in the mayor's ceremonial room upstairs, and we talked about all the different ways that we can reach community as a collective to provide all of these different services that are available. Some are free, some are at a minimal charge, but that there was support out there, and we wanted the community to know. In addition to that collective of providing information to us as professionals and reaching community, we also, another component of it was to certify business establishments in becoming dementia friendly, predominantly restaurants and cafes where a caregiver could take their charge, their member, their caregiving person to a restaurant and enjoy being in that restaurant without receiving any negativity, that they are receiving support because that business understands a person who is experiencing a cognitive decline. And I'm using that as a general term. Most people don't realize that Alzheimer's disease is dementia. It's one type of many different dementias that are out there. It is the most common, and it is the one that is spoken about the most. But dementia comes in all shapes and sizes. It could come from alcoholism and drug abuse. It could come from an underlying issue like Parkinson's related dementia. And there's also Lewy body dementia. There's frontal lobe dementia. And we're seeing that now also in many of our entertainment professionals that are out there. Bruce Willis is an example.
Oh, yeah.
Michael J. Fox is in Parkinson's related dementia. There's more and more out there. They're coming forward. Glenn Campbell, another one. Anyways, it goes on. And it was very important to me to operate this network so that we can reach a broader audience. And it was all over the Inland Empire, both Riverside, San Bernardino counties. And within that 6-year or so frame that I served as commissioner and chaired this network, I also created something specifically for the community because they were not really part of that task force. So I created the Riverside Purple Boat Float, an event to honor those affected by a dementia, predominantly Alzheimer's disease. And it was an opportunity for me to connect community with the resources. The event will be held again this year in November, Sunday, I believe it's the 9th of November. It's always from 3 to 6 at Fairmont Park. And the event honors those who have been affected by dementia, whether it's the person themselves who carry the dementia or a caregiver, family member, grandchildren. It's a very cathartic, special event. It's free for the community and it's free for my vendors. So I bring in healthcare vendors that provide a service to this particular population. And then it's open to the public, anybody who wants to come. In 2019, right before COVID hit, we counted, the police is on site as well as fire department. So the police counted over 350 people at this event. And I was very, very honored to see that. And of course, with COVID, so many different things changed. So I lost that task force, and then we lost 2 years and the momentum of the boat float. So now that we have the boat float back, and I've kind of reconstructed our task force, but all under something different now. It is my nonprofit. It's called the Inland Dementia Care Center. It is a comprehensive resource center. Right now we're running virtual because I am wanting and hoping for a permanent location somewhere within the city limits so that the individuals can come to this resource center and receive free support and free help with concise information, facts and information. The vision that I have for the Dementia Care Center is that one-stop shop kind of environment where you can walk in. I will have vendors on site every day. I will have space to provide support groups and workshops and lectures. I would like to also have a dementia care library where somebody can come in and sit down and listen to things like this, a podcast, or refer to a book for a particular reason, or get some other kind of literature that might be available. Some of it will be free and some of it would be a minimal charge. So the development of the IDCC, Inland Dementia Care Center, has now reached several hundred people. I have on my Facebook page. You will also find it on Instagram, and you will also find it on Facebook. The website is dccriverside.org, and that will bring up the website initially, and then you can navigate through the website. My hope is also soon to have an online and virtual directory. So individuals who are in need of help and are unable to get it from the IDCC, or that it is resourced differently, they'll be able to go to the directory, get that information for themselves. The virtual will connect the caller specifically to whatever business that they're looking for, whether it's an agency that provides durable medical equipment or wound care, or it's an assisted living or a skilled nursing or a therapist, whatever that might be. So we'll have some on site with offices, and then others through that directory for whatever the individual's needs might be. I have my business centered here in the city of Riverside. At some point, once everything is well established here, up and running, I would like to expand out to other nearby communities, especially those on the border between California and Arizona and Nevada, because the resources up and down that whole riverbed, the Colorado River area and the border area, they don't have resources close by. And to get the help that they need, they either have to get in a car or other form of transportation and drive 2 hours or more in order to get help. So I want to be able to bring that help closer to communities that are affected because of distance, or because their health doesn't allow them to get out to find help, or that the help can't get to them because of where they're located or something of that effect. So the business itself is very flexible. Right now I'm focused just on the Inland Empire, but I will eventually branch out to other cities, or at least have this concept for another city to create a dementia care center for themselves.
Yeah, I mean, I feel that the work that IDCC does is so important because the population of people affected with dementia is just growing. From what I read, about 10% of people in the United States are afflicted with some form of dementia, and they think over the next 10 years that number is going to double. And so with those kind of statistics of this being something that more and more are affected by, I'm glad there's folks like you that are finding ways to bring resources to help. Every big movement starts small, and it starts with somebody that is passionate enough to take action. And it's not an easy feat. And so I'm sure having the support of people in the community and volunteers are important. Is there ways that folks that may watch this or hear this, if they want to get involved or participate or volunteer their time, how would they be able to do that?
Sure. But first, I want to address your comment about how more and more people are aging, and they're aging into a dementia in some capacity.
Please, yeah.
So first of all, dementia is more dominant in the older adult. However, like my resident Ham's wife, who passed at age 59, a dementia could actually hit somebody at a much younger age, as early as someone in their 30s. And so that now also that the baby boomer section of our population is coming to age in their late 50s, or in their late 50s and in their 60s, now into age 70, the influx and is going to cause the dementia population to grow even more. And thankfully, we don't have cures, but we have resources out there to help inform individuals, to help provide a service or need that the people might have. whether it's caregiving or whether it's coming in and providing medical care. It's out there now, and the insurance companies are establishing a variety of different things to help bring those resources to people's homes, which is really fabulous, and hence my reason for creating the task force and maintaining that connection. So I do still have a task force, different group of people from prior to 2019, but stronger and better because I'm able to connect with people from different cities now, which is really awesome. Additionally, um, again, the population is going to continue to grow as the baby boomers become more aging, and that science is recognizing that a dementia can occur at a much younger age. There's also a couple of different kinds of childhood dementias. Children who are born with something called Sanfilippo syndrome experience dementia usually around age 2 or 3 years old. They start experiencing it, and then by the time they're 7, 8, 9 years old, they're very affected by it and unable to do many things like communicate, eat food properly, or even sleep. So it's a whole different subject. I focus strictly on those who are affected by a dementia at an adult age of some kind.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say seniors because it's almost a misnomer now. Dementia can affect people at a much younger age that is not considered whatever senior is supposed to be today. I don't know either. I mean, it's that to me is almost an ageism term, and I don't like to use it very much. Older adults is a much better term to use. But anyways, how can people be involved? So I love volunteers. I operate on a volunteer basis. I'm a volunteer. I don't get paid for what I'm doing, running my own business. In fact, I don't even call it my business. It's something that came out of my head that I created, but it's not my business. It's a business for the people. Mm-hmm. It's there for the community. And it's a very community driven project, and it will continue to be a community driven project. Hence my reason for making it a nonprofit. Right. So yes, volunteers, I can use the business can use volunteers on a consistent basis. The boat float needs volunteers every year as it grows each year bigger and bigger. There's more marketing available out there in person and reaches a larger population. It's very important to have volunteers to execute a successful event. And yes, it's an event that's about 3 hours, but it really turns into the whole day to get set up, to help operate on site during the event, and then the breakdown after the event. And again, we also have police and fire department on site. Police helps to maintain crowd control and participation. We want everybody to participate as best as to their ability. And I have the fire department there on site to assist with help. We were using open flames, so we have these little boats, and we put a tea candle in the middle of the boat, and then all the little paper boats, which have been dedicated to a loved one, get set afloat upon Lake Evans at sunset, and it's really beautiful and cathartic. And we play music, we talk about our family members, and in that collective, the individuals themselves find new companionship, new friends, somebody who has experienced what they've experienced. So it's a multifold type of program. The event also has about 10 to 12 different vendors, healthcare related vendors. We have hospitality on site. And then we also have my other business, which is called Artvark, ARTVAARK. Mm-hmm. Artvark is an art enrichment or art therapy program that I started before COVID, and I was going to dementia care residences in an assisted living or some other type of location. We also have something called residential care facilities for the elderly, or an RCFE. Those are usually a home that has 6 or 8 residents in it. And I would go there to provide an art enrichment activity for those residents, or those inside of a skilled environment. And so Aardvark is on site also at the boat float, and we have a craft related to the event, as well as the purple boats that everybody can sit down and decorate on their own, or dedicate to a family member. And there are some examples on the website, as well as on Facebook. The event again is in November of this year, Sunday, I believe it's the 9th. It's right before Veterans holiday.
Yep.
And it is always the weekend before Veterans Day. I have it the same time every single year. And again, it's free for the community to participate. Other ways of volunteering with IDCC directly is someone who might feel comfortable helping with grant writing, helping with the operations of the business. Or there might be an artist out there that is really intrigued with Aardvark and would like to provide an art enrichment activity with one of my contracted buildings that I go to. We also have an exercise counselor, a health and wellness counselor, and she provides chair Zumba and other activities for older adults in different types of locations. She is commissioned out. So she'll also provide some of the art enrichment activities. She also does that. But I'm looking for more who might be interested in the operations of Aardvark and providing more to a larger population. My goal at some point is to have an Aardvark van with the logo on the outside of the van and be mobile, so that we'll have the advertisement consistently on a van, and we keep all our supplies and just be a mobile art therapy. So if there's anybody out there who'd like to donate a minivan or an SUV or something where I can hold up all those arts and activities, that would be really awesome. I do a great deal of health fairs, and to have all the supplies and equipment right there would be really fantastic. So I also am working with Riverside Community Arts Association, and they have a gallery in downtown where I go once a month and I provide art enrichment there. So Aardvark is on site. Come down to the Riverside Community Arts Association building. Their gallery is right by, adjacent to the Riverside Art Museum, off of Mission. Yeah, Mission and Lemon, I believe, is the corner. It's right there, the gallery. So I'm trying to get out a little bit more, and I need more artists to help me with Aardvark. And then the operations of Inland Dementia Care Center. I have a full board. All of us work, so I don't have any one person full-time to help with various tax administration or social media or some other component. Helping to build a team is very important for the Inland Dementia Care Center and for the community, because they act as the liaison between the two entities to provide that outreach that is the focus of the Inland Dementia Care Center. I don't want it to be where people have to come to the building in order to receive support and help. I want it to also come to the community in various forms. So this podcast is one entity that could be very helpful, as well as other types of community outreach, going to the health fairs. I'm hoping, with the support and assistance of Riverside Art, to have a booth at the Festival of Lights this year. And hopefully every year after that, a Santa's workshop with Aardvark intact, people can come in and have an activity that relates to the winter season not just holidays, but the winter season in general. We have so many, that's a lovely thing about Riverside. We have so many different kinds of cultures and people here, and I appreciate the diversity immensely. So I say winter season to accommodate all different kinds of people who might like to come and get out and enjoy the Festival of Lights, and now they'll be able to enjoy the spirit by having an activity to do there as well. And it's donation basis only. I will not charge for the activity, or IDCC doesn't charge for the activity. And then they'll get to learn more about the Inland Dementia Care Center and what the Inland Dementia Care Center will provide for the community and what the community members can find there. It will be very comprehensive. Right now, as I mentioned, we're virtual, and it will stay that way until I have a contract inside of a building somewhere within the city of Riverside. So that's what I'm working on right now.
I think it'll be great for you to have that physical location. I think it would be fantastic, as well as I'm looking forward to seeing the Aardvark van cruising around Riverside. I just I love what you're doing, and if I didn't mention it before, Sherry was actually Citizen of the Year for the city of Riverside. I don't want to necessarily put you on the spotlight, but the city doesn't necessarily just hand those out. It's usually for folks that are very involved. So was it your work with Aardvark, or kind of what you're doing with the aging folks that kind of put you on a list, the short list for the Citizen of the Year?
Actually, no, it was completely different.
Great, I want to hear about it.
So we now have 3 proclamations provided to this movement of dementia awareness. The last one was presented to Rusty Bailey, and it came from Mayor Locke Dawson. And he holds that one, and our resident has one, and I have one, which is really nifty. But what you're talking about is something totally different. It was actually Volunteer of the Year award, and it was presented to me, to our city manager, Al Zelensky, from some years back, I think was his last name. And it was because I assisted the city with the Rose Parade float that they created in conjunction with the Mission Inn's 25th anniversary. And that float was in the Rose Parade. So back then they were selling little roses to be put onto the float. So I started helping with that. I was still on the commission at the time, so I was helping with that whole part. And then what else can I do? So I worked with the city, and I was at the hangar where they were building the float from the beginning until the end, providing support to the community members, to city members who came in to help decorate the float. So I was so surprised and so honored receiving this award, and I would like to, not through an award necessarily, but be able to continue helping to make change in my community in a good way. So the Inland Dementia Care Center is that vessel that will allow the intrinsics of me to be able to go out and help make change for my community in a health-related way. So that is my passion. And at 19 years old, I went to nursing school and was trained on site to work in skilled nursing and acute care in a main hospital. And that set a precedent for my desire to be there, to be a humanitarian, and to be there for those who couldn't be there for themselves, to help make change. And so I've done a variety of different things, both in my life up in LA and in Santa Clarita, and then now here in Riverside I have focused 100%. And I'm not working for anybody anymore. I've retired. So I live on a very limited income while developing and helping to grow the Inland Dementia Care Center. So anybody who is catching this podcast and would like to help, we're going to put the information and make it available on the podcast. Please do not hesitate to contact me. Email me, text me, make a quick phone call on the business line, and I will be happy to reach out to you. And thank you in advance, and thank you, Josh. Do you have any other questions for me that I can share with the community?
Um, no, I think we really shined a really great light on the IDCC and also with the Purple Float, which I'm excited to be a part of. Which yes, so just a little plug for myself. The Riverside Veterans Parade is on the 8th, which is the Saturday, and that's why I know
Of
that
November.
the Purple Boat Float will be on the 9th on that Sunday. And hopefully, I think you'll have a
Yes,
booth.
I will be there. So please come see us at the parade.
Yeah,
The Inland Dementia Care Center will be there.
yeah. So
And so will Aardvark.
Zoll Aardvark, yeah. So, please come by. The parade is going to be a little bit different this year. It will still go down Market Street, but instead of having the expo by the courthouse, we're going to have it on Market and 12th. So, for those of you that have gone to Show and Go or some other events, there's some parking lots there, and so it provides even more space. And the reason that we really wanted to make this change within the committee for more space is, of course, we want to have fantastic booths for veteran services, but we also want to bring other great organizations such as Artvark and IDCC, and a lot more fun and music and food and things like that. So I'm excited that you'll be there. So if you're at the Veterans Parade, please come by, see Shari. If you can't make it to the Veterans Parade, guess what? You have an opportunity the next day to go to the Purple Boat Float, which I think will be great as well. Um, and and yeah, you know what? There's one other thing I want to touch on, which I thought was kind of neat that I wasn't aware of. So, um, recently, Riverside has been very excited about the blue zones,
Yes.
but you had brought up the purple zone, and I don't think a lot of people know about that. So it'd be great to find out a little bit about what it takes to be a purple zone. And I got a pretty cool. I don't know if you've seen this, being in the circle that you are and the people that you affect, maybe. But I saw this great story on this restaurant. I don't recall where it was, but they only hire folks with dementia. And everybody that goes to this restaurant knows that it's that way. And it's almost part of uh, the neatness of this place that on a regular basis orders are incorrect, because everybody that works there does have some sort of dementia, but it's a place where they're not judged for getting an order incorrect. So all the waiters, all the serving staff, they all have dementia. Have you heard about this place?
Yes, it's in Japan.
There's a place here in the States.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll see if I can find it, and I'll send it to you. But I thought it was kind of neat. I think it'd be cool to have a place like that here in
Would
Riverside.
be, well, that's what I started before COVID, just to make it a more friendly environment. We had a special team working on it. It wasn't myself, but a team from the task force, separate team, and they were going to different locations. One of them actually was Brendan's Diner, that was at the base at the bottom of City Hall for all those years. It's gone now, but they were the very first establishment to become a purple city. I mean, a purple city establishment. So we could talk about that. First of all, you know about primary colors and non-primary colors. Purple is not a primary color, but blue is, and it's mixed with red to create purple, right? So the blue zone, which Riverside had been selected, and I hope that Riverside is at its capacity to create a blue zone within the city, meaning that a blue zone means that people live a little longer and they are healthier than other cities where there's no smoking and there's other things going on that help keep people being healthier.
Yeah, activities and ways to get together, and
Absolutely, socializing, good medical health care, etc., which I know is a hot topic for everybody. It's not just those living in the Inland Empire healthcare. But so here's the Purple City, and it started because the Alzheimer's Association in Knoxville, Tennessee, they're the ones who created this Purple City concept of being proclamized, receiving a proclamation. All you have to do, it's not a difficult process, come up with that idea, have it written on paper. It's almost like a proposal of sorts, and present it to the city, and then speak about it. And if the city wants to adopt that idea without, for the community, without the presence of currency, I'm not paying for anything. Nobody's paying for anything. It's just within the intrinsics of the community. The proclamation is signed. It's an official drawn up paper proclamation, and it's signed by the mayor. It's signed by, I believe, city council members, and then the individuals that receive the proclamation. And you go to the city council and you talk about the proclamation itself. So, and then it's officially adopted or not. Ours are officially adopted as a purple city. And that makes the city official. Now, a city could be a purple city, but it isn't the responsibility of city employees or staff members to do something about it. It's community based. Right. So as a purple city, and because it's something that was given to myself and two other people, I feel it's my responsibility as a community member to uphold that stature and to provide the resources, the information, the help, the education to the community to maintain my commitment to the community of bringing Alzheimer's and other dementia diseases to a better awareness. So that's the connection, and that's what I will continue doing. And I actually am hoping to hear from individuals who are going to be establishing the Blue Zone here. I registered to receive and be updated with information because I feel that the Inland Dementia Care Center can also help make change and be part of that Blue Zone professional team. There's so much about dementia that we don't know about, we meaning even professionals. There's all kinds of theories out there. Scientists pretty much know how a person is perceived when they have a dementia, biologically, what is happening to the brain that causes a dementia or causes Alzheimer's disease in particular. It's the more well-known, researched, but there's no boots on the ground components out there to help individuals navigate the journey of dementia, which can be a really arduous, difficult journey for not just for the individual who is affected by it, the disease, but also the people around them, the family members, the caregivers, the neighbors who see someone who has a dementia roaming around. Even for those who are first responders, to receive additional training on dementia as it relates to those who are unhoused, particularly those who are drug or alcohol related. They will most likely, I don't necessarily say it's going to happen, but their propensity is of a much higher percentage than the average person to get a dementia, because it's the breakdown and wear and tear on the body from all of the illicit drugs and or alcohol. Right. But it can happen to anybody. And family members who do have individuals with a dementia struggle to find their own support and their own assistance to help navigate. And that's where the Inland Dementia Care Center comes into play. And we'll be there for the community. We are there now. It's just that you don't see it because there's no physical location yet, but it will happen soon. hopefully before the end of this year.
That'd be fantastic.
Yes, thank you very much.
Yeah. If anybody has a van that is looking to donate it to Aardvark, if anybody does great vehicle wraps, and you want to donate the work to get that done once we get the van, I think that'd be great too.
That would be awesome because I was gifted a really great vehicle about 2 months ago, and I would love to get the car wrapped, and then I will be able to put Aardvark and IDCC, what do you call it, magnets on the side of the car.
That'd be fantastic.
That would be really awesome.
Well, there's lots of people out there that love to give, and that's why they like to watch the podcast. And so, any help we can bring your way, any volunteers that we can, we're happy to do so. And I will leave all of your contact information so people can reach out, including the website and any other contact information you want there. And thanks so much for coming in. It won't be the last time. It was a lot of fun.
Appreciate that. Thank you very much. It's an honor to share my story this way and to have met you. So I appreciate it. Have yourself a wonderful, wonderful weekend.
Yeah, you guys too. All right. See you guys at the parade. See you guys at the Purple Boat Float.
Purple Boat Float, Inland Dementia Care Center. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Thank you.